The National Park Service Arrowhead logo. A plow moves heavy snow. Words appear, going to the Sun Road, plowing at Rimrock, June 6, 2008. Stan Starr.
This year being a heavy snow year, we started at the lodge, and right in the beginning the snow depth was above what I'd say normal, maybe heavier than normal. So ever since we started, going up the road, it's taken a little longer. The snow depths being what they are, you don't proceed quite as fast. So we've had to push a lot more snow, blow a lot more snow, and instead of making a lot better headway as we move up the road. And like an avalanche, the area there was 5 to 6 feet deep just on the level. And so that takes us a little longer. And then every one of the chutes that we got in Lower Haystack, Lower BPR, Red Rock, especially Red Rock twice, we had to go through there because of the avalanche slide that came in there first in the spring when we got to it, and then about a week later it slid in again. So that delays 2 or 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there, and it's just a matter of there's more snow to move it takes longer to do it pretty much all the time. And each time we come up a section of the road, there's more obstacles than maybe there would have been a year before or 2 years before. So less than normal is not what it is this year.
Joe Pekurski.
Well, here in this particular spot, the snow builds up and it's pretty deep here. There's a pretty big drift right going into the Rimrock. So you have your road profile on the hillside like this.
Perpendicular.
As long as you have ground or dirt here to support your snow activities, you're good with the machine. But once you start pushing out and building up a big, large area of snow, then that snow can slide off. So right here, we're going to have to cut it all down and push it back to the rotary. And the rotary is going to have to launch it off and over the hill.
A snowblower.
That's what goes on. It might seem kind of, why are they doing it this way? But that's the whole idea that they're doing it this way is because they cannot get out on the snow. Because if they get out on the snow with the machines, the possibility of the snow breaking loose, and that's what happened a few years ago when the one machine broke, slid down. Unfortunately, it was, a good place to happen. Other places aren't so good to happen. So that's what they'll be doing. And this is not a real safe area because it's real steep. It's straight down. So the machines are parked over there at night on the other side of Oberlin or way back. So now we have to wait for them to come back through the Rimrock, and then they'll start working this down. It'll take a little while, but that's where we'll be going.
An excavator tractor with a front bucket.
Well, that's our operator, Casey Glade, in the excavator. And this is the Rimrock area. And there's a lot of problems with rock falls. The snow is just full of rocks and debris, and we can't use the rotary in there. So what he's doing is trying to get as much snow off the road as he can, obviously. But you can see how the snow builds up along the wall. And so he can reach up there and he can pull off any of that residual snow that's left on the wall that would tip out later and close the road or tip down on a car, something like that. So he's pulling a lot of that residual snow, that high snow down, and then he's getting the dirty rocks and stuff and throwing them over the side. He can stay on the road bed, more or less, on the snow surface, and he's able with that long arm to throw the material out over the side.
The tractor inches forward.
He's probably about, my guess, maybe 12, 15 feet above the road surface right there where he is.
The bucket dumps snow off the side of the road area.
Here's the Rimrock is deep. It just seems to get more of a drifted type snow. This isn't as much prone to avalanche build-up as it is. This is the normal snow depth, I'd say, in the Rimrock. There's been years where there's 20 feet deep instead of 30, 40 deep. But it's a little above normal, but the Rimrock is usually fairly deep. It's like the big drift. It doesn't get too much less one winter to the other, or one spring to the other. It just takes longer because it's a bigger area, a lot more snow, and so yeah, the Rimrock is above normal, but it's fairly deep all the time.
But this is not so untypical of a day as far as on the mountain in Rimrock or in the alpine section.
A man seems tiny against the massive snowdrift.